Hi everyone, I'm Akshay and welcome back to our SigNoz channel. This time again, we are going ahead and diving onto the side of the collection agents. You might have seen me already talking about the introduction, the Docker and the Kubernetes implementation. This time, it's AWS ECS, which is the Elastic Container Service, and usually it's where most of the production workloads actually live. And a huge chunk of companies running containerized applications on AWS are on ECS, particularly being the EC2 launch type. And getting the full authority out of them can actually be a bit tedious because you have to write YAMLs of code, and someone as a DevOps engineer don't want to stress them out with that. Today, I'm going to go ahead and show you exactly how you can go ahead and take care of that using the collection agents. And for a prerequisite, I have a AWS ECS cluster already set up that is running on EC2 instances. We'll go with a simple opentelemetry-demo-lite project, the one we have been usually going ahead and seeing in our different projects. And this time, it will go ahead and work as a daemon service, which is going to be the ECS collection agents, and seamlessly send all of those host metrics, container logs, and distributed traces to our SigNoz. Before we dive in, as there are multiple components that's gonna be, I will go ahead and describe everything in a simple conceptual level. So consider of EC2 instance as an apartment building and ACS as simply the property manager that lives there. Your app containers are the tenants that are living inside that particular building. And what I was going ahead and doing is using the SigNoz daemon collector, which is gonna be that particular building inspector, and placing him exactly on one of the lobby of every building. So sounds interesting, like, and this inspector will automatically check the building's physical health and go ahead and give everything around your tenants garbage logs and also everything around the traces which is going to be given by your tenants, and package everything up and send it straight to your SigNoz dashboard. So it's going to be a lot of different components, but everything's going to be very seamlessly easy if you're going and approaching with the collection agents. So let's go. So you might have already cloned the repository, and as you can see, we have the Docker compose file, Docker file, and also our very important the hotel collector config, the one that is open over here. There are in total 9 services that are going in and simulating your e-commerce backend project. It's going to be spanning from your checkout to the product page and also ending up with the code and also simply around the checkout. There's going to be 9 services in total. We are taking care of everything around it, and then there are multiple services running on the side. The hotel collector config file is managing and taking care of everything around the various set of services that are sending all of their metrics and acting as a receiver through the OTLP gRPC and sending it to our SigNoz instance. Then with the host metrics defined, taking care of the CPU and the memory, and the Redis metrics receiver. Redis exists as a different service, and over here it's gonna be sending its own set of metrics which you have to take care of in the AWS ECS. Then we have the processors, which is taking care of your detectors of the ENV system and the Docker, and then everything is connected through exporters, and at the end of the day, through a service pipeline that is merging the traces, metrics, and everything around the Redis servers and even the logs through a simple service pipeline. This is going to be a simple usual flow that we have been following around. The ENV example is where we have to set up our OTLP endpoint and the SigNoz ingestion key. And then the Docker compose file and the Docker file is our usual one that is spanning all of the set of services. You have some SS script defined here for your convenience so that all the services can run together in parallel. But over here, let's go ahead and set up everything in AWS ECS because that's where we have to spin everything and all the services connected to the SigNoz, send it to the instance and check everything over there. So let's just go ahead and dive right in. So as you can see, we have loaded out the complete documentation and we are seeing the ECS cluster configuration of how you can go ahead and set up the collection agents. So this is the SigNoz ECS EC2 collection overview page, and at the same time, you can go ahead and see the key line here that the daemon service deploys one container plus ECS collector node to collect infrastructure metrics and logs and then forward them to SigNoz. This is going to be your gist of the complete video over here. And then you have the one container per node, and this is the daemon service pattern. And if you have watched our Kubernetes video as well, this is exactly the same concept as a daemon set. One collector pod per node in ECS is called a daemon scheduling strategy. And then you have like a simple architecture which is going to be your app, then the Redis container and the SigNoz collector which is going to be taking your OTLP from app and then forwarding everything into the SigNoz cloud. And the docs follow the same format that we are used to as usual, the overview, install, and the configuration. So if you go to the installation page over here, so as you can see, there are multiple steps over here in this particular complete documentation. And at the end of the day, I just want to walk you around with 6 steps. So firstly, you have the CloudFormation template. The SigNoz daemon service deploy via CloudFormation template. The CloudFormation is the AWS infrastructure as code service, as you might be aware. And you're going to be giving it a simple template and it's create all of the AWS resources for you, the ones that we're going to be using, the ECS style definition, the ECS service, the IAM roles and everything. And here's what, as you can see, the template is going to be defining. Then firstly, you have the ECS Daemon Service, the name of the ECS task definition being created. And then you have the network mode, which is the host. So this is one of the critical things. Host networking means that the collector shares the EC2 instance network and the same namespace. And this is what going to be also allowing it to go ahead and listen on port 4317 and have app containers reach it via the same port. And then you have the image, the OTL OpenTelemetry collector, and it's going to be a standard OTL collector image and the latest version as well. And then you have the mount points, and everything around the host file system paths being mounted onto the side of the things that are defined over here. These are the various set of paths, and these are what going to be give the collector access to the host metrics and the container logs. Then you have the secrets that's going to be pulled from the SSM parameter store. This is another thing we also be configuring on our AWS, so I'm going to be sharing that as well of how we can do that. And this is how the collector config YAML gets delivered to the container inside ECS. So that's where these secrets might be useful for us. And then you have the scheduling strategy, and at the end of the day, this is also one of the key line that one task per EC2 node automatically, and there is no manual replica count needed. And then at the last, you can also see that the create IAM roles is set up as true. The templates creates two IAM roles, the OTL ECS task role and then OTL ECS execution role with the right permissions for the SSM. That's going to be a parameter store, ECS, and the CloudWatch. So as you can see, before we go ahead and deploy this, we need to go ahead and prepare the two things, which is going to be a collector configuration lemon and also the AWS parameter store entry that will hold it. So let's go ahead and do that first. So if we navigate to the step 2, that's going to be around the installation page, you can see this is the ECS native collector configuration. And if I go ahead and show you it side by side with what we had inside the demo project, the one that you can see now, because the difference are important and also instructive around here. And as you can see, there's a lot of things that have changed. The root path is also defined as slash root fs and not host fs. And in Docker, we mounted the host at host fs. The CloudFormation template mounts the host at root fs. So the root path changes accordingly, as you can see over here. So make sure you don't miss this thing out. And then you have the resource detection. So not like the simple env system Docker anymore. We are in the ECS on ECS2. So we're going to be swapping the Docker detector for the ECS and the EC2 detectors. Then we have the AWS ECS connector metrics, and it's going to be another thing that this receiver doesn't exist in our Docker config at all. So it talks to the ECS task metadata endpoint, a special HTTP endpoint that's going to be automatically available inside every ECS start, a well-known internal IP. Then you have the file log receiver, which is going to be another new thing. This is how you're going to be getting the container log automatically without any log shipper. Then the exporter endpoint is also, as you can see, this is one thing that's also hard coded with our env files. And in ECS, the entire configuration lives inside our SSM parameter store. So just as a brief, and it's going to be storing everything as a static string. So the values get filled in before you even store it. And then if I just go ahead and go back to our editor, let's just go ahead and create this particular file with all our configurations. So a clean start from the complete documentation, seeing of what all things we have to use. And let me just go ahead and try of integrating everything into this complete project. Okay, so far as you see that I've created a new file that is the otelcol-daemon.yaml, and then I've defined the same kind of file that was there in the documentation given to us. I'm just gonna go ahead and paste it. And then if you go ahead and before you save this, there's two values that you need to fill in as usual. There's gonna be your SigNoz ingestion key and also your endpoint URL. So make sure if you like with the US region or the EU, you can go ahead and configure those for your use case, and then simply go ahead and save the file. So now the complete config doesn't get file mounted into the ECS the way it would do in Docker. So instead, we should go ahead and also store it in the AWS Systems Manager. So that's the other steps that are defined on the documentation. Okay, so if you look into this particular step 2b on the doc page, so as you can see, here's how it's going ahead and defining that what all things you have to set up on the AWS console system manager. The same way you have to go ahead and use to configure everything for the configuration so that your CloudFormation template knows where to find it. So what you have to simply do, as it is also highlighted on our various steps. So simply go to the AWS system manager, parameter store, click create parameter, set the parameter name to this one that's defined and choose this type string. So if you want just a simple overview, you can even go ahead and find that on any AWS documentation. It's also pretty much easy and also straightforward. So this was only till the point of getting the complete configuration, know where to find it. Now is the time to go ahead and actually deploy the particular daemon service. So if you see these steps 3, 4, and 5, that are the ones that are going to be guiding us for that. So now is the deployment. We need 3 things before we run the CloudFormation command. So I'm going to go back to the terminal. And now I'm going to go ahead and set all of our various set of environment variables and then simply paste it. So As you can see, these are the ones that you might have already seen it, so you can simply paste it from there in the documentation. And since I already have my ECS cluster, the SigNoz ECS demo running on the US East one, I'm just hard coding those values here. And the command variable is going to be telling the collector to load its config from the SigNoz config content environment variable, which is exactly which get instructed to your parameter store. And then the SigNoz config path is the parameter store, the path we just created. And also before running this, you also need to make sure that the CloudFormation template file itself, and I've already downloaded locally using the Daemon template YAML, and you can grab it directly from the SigNoz documentation. So make sure that the CloudFormation template file is there and existing. And now it's simply the deploy command. At the end of the day, we are going ahead and taking everything from the CLI. So this is the particular step. You just have to simply copy and then paste in your terminal. So this is going to be creating a cloud formation stack, and you're going to be seeing of how it's going to be creating all of the set of configurations. And you can see how the stack has been created. You can even go ahead and check on your AWS resources tab if you're instructed. But also there are four resources that are created: the ECS task definition, the ECS daemon service, the ECS task role, and also the ECS execution role. So as I've already told, the ECS execution role is for the IAM role for the ECS agent to pull images and also read our parameter store. The ECS task role is for the task to call AWS services. The ECS daemon service is the daemon service which is going to be running our scheduling strategy for the daemon, and then the ECS task definition. So these are the few things that are involved. And now the stack, as it shows that it's been completed, we're going to be checking everything. So I'm going to check the stack status by using our command. Just go to the documentation, copy, and simply paste it. And yeah, as you can see, our stack status is all completely live, and I'm going to be also listing our running task. So you should see that the complete create complete command from the first command, and as you can see, and the task also the resource definitions that are existing from the complete second command. So this is how the usual thing would look like, and there is one per EC2 node in your cluster. And as you can see, so next step is going ahead and checking our service health. So I'm gonna go and type on this command of checking the service health, go back to the documentation and copy this command, and then simply go and paste it. So as you can see, the task is also running and healthy. The daemon service is live on every node. The collector is collecting your data. So it was that easy. Hi, thanks a lot for watching the part one of this complete AWS ECS configuration. If you want to go ahead and also catch the second part where the application setup has been done, make sure to go ahead and click on this link. And at the same time, here we just went ahead and set up our ECS cluster. The collector is running and everything around the CloudFormation stack is deployed. And as the second set of the video is covering on the side of application, if you have a different set of infrastructure, you can go ahead and follow along accordingly. So see you there.